Welcome, folks, to the Mother's Day broadcast of the Potato News Network. First of all, we'd like to send a shout out to all of those wonderful mothers out there and give them a lot of thanks for all the things they have done for us. Absolutely none of us would be here without them. And a special shout out to my mother, who raised me as a great little spud to be the wonderful potato that I am today, and I would not be who I am without her. So thank you, Mom. So let's get right into it. You know, here on the Potato News Network, we focus on liberal hypocrisy and liberal indoctrination. And today we're going to be talking about that dumpster fire that is run by the slick snake oil salesman Gavin Newsom, California. The dumpster fire that we all know it is, the liberal cesspool. And it is, full of terrible Democrat policies. Normally on the Potato News Network, I like to do my own cooking, but there's some guys that have done some cooking this week that I really want you guys to see. So let's let Mr. Harrison Baum get started, and let me grab a quick sip here of these liberal tears. Ooh, they're so good. Anyway, let's let Mr. Baum cook. Let's hear what he's got to say about this railway that Gavin Newsom is promoting in California that we all know has turned out to be a complete waste of taxpayer dollars. So, Mr. Baum, let's get to cooking.
Things that cost less than the California high-speed rail. Give every Californian 18 round-trip flights from LA to SF. $10,000 cash to every household in California. Give every homeless person in Skid Row and the Tenderloin a $9 million Gavin Newsom.
Every homeless person.
Twice.
Every homeless
House
person.
over 1 million
Twice.
people and end California homelessness multiple times over. Spain's entire high-speed rail system. And Germany's and France's combined.
All the cost of the railway systems for all of those countries cost less than what Gavin Newsom and his cronies in California have already spent on this railway system. But Mr. Baum isn't through cooking. Oh, not by a long shot. Let's let him continue to cook it up.
California versus Japan, high-speed rail. Japan, construction started in 1959, opened 5 years later in 1964. California, under construction for 11 years, basically just dirt. At this rate, the entire project will be done in 2092. Location, Japan, first line connecting massive cities of Tokyo to Osaka. California, cities. Middle of fucking nowhere. Cost, Japan, about $13 billion in today's money for 320 miles of track. California,
not bad.
$14 billion for 0 miles of track. Expected to cost over $100 billion.
What?
Current status,
Wow.
Japan, fully operational for over 60 years. No deaths. California, the environmental review is under environmental review.
I mean, those people can't do anything in that state. Like, I don't understand why the people there keep continuing to elect people that just trash their state and waste their taxpayer money. But please go see Mr. Baum. Check out his channel. I give him all the credit for those little montages. But wow, that puts everything that's going to shit with the California railway system in a pretty nice little nutshell for you there, guys. Okay, now, this guy, I hope, is going to be the future mayor of LA, but this guy has been cooking so hard. You got to go check his account out on X because he doesn't post as much on YouTube. But please, let's let Mr. Spencer Pratt in the kitchen so that he can continue to cook these libs. Let's go.
Hey, Los Angeles, are you aware that socialists in LA city government are stealing your money?
We just finished doing a tour of the site with the Bureau of Engineering, the Bureau of Contract Administration, and our contractors to check out the installation of the 16 new modular homes that will include 64 interim housing beds. Northeast New Beginnings was only possible because my team and I worked to get a grant from the state, 16 million, 64 new beds in Council District 1 of interim housing.
I'm sorry, what? $16 million for 64 beds?
$16 million to build 64 new beds?
That's $250,000 per bed.
$250,000 for that little piece of crap you saw him towing across the street while ago.
So let's forget the fact that the DEA reports that 90% of the homeless population in LA are hardcore criminal drug users.
Especially in Los Angeles.
90%.
How many people are using illicit drugs in the homeless community? I would say it's incredibly high.
20%, 30%.
Of the overall problem?
Yeah.
Over 90%.
And let's pretend for a second that these people just had some medical bills come in all at once that made them lose their job, and that they're a single
Shit hits
mom,
the fan.
and they just need to float 3 to 6 months of paychecks to get back on their feet, 3 to 6 months of the median income, like $15,000 to $25,000. we're spending $250,000 per bed. You could just give them that money and they'd be set.
Exactly. Think about if they just gave those people $250,000. I mean, you really wouldn't want to, because they're probably all drug addicts and all would go to fentanyl and meth and alcohol and shit. But I mean, just think about that. If they just gave those people $250,000, or like it's a stipend where they got $1,000 a week for the next, 225, 250, whatever the math is, but still they could give those people that money and it would be so much better for them.
5 years. What the hell are we doing? These crazy socialists on the city council are legitimately just stealing our tax dollars and doling it out to their friends, and they rub it in your face too. She jokes about covering up the graffiti with the nice painting.
And obviously we're gonna get rid of the graffiti and replace it with the nice paint job to make sure it's welcome.
Yeah, we want to make sure the homeless people don't have to see the graffiti. If they gave them $250,000 a piece, that would be, 250 weeks of $1,000 a week. I mean, that would help them out a lot. That's like 5 years.
For everybody.
Meanwhile, fire victims in the Palisades are getting their burned out lots vandalized by commie street animals. All of your neighborhoods are riddled with tagging and garbage. No help for you, but we're going to spend $16 million for 64 homeless people to not have to endure the hardship of seeing a bit of graffiti outside their $250,000 bed.
I mean, look at all the graffiti that is all over LA, and they're worried about the graffiti outside of the homeless shelters they're going to provide these people.
64 people? There are 64,000 homeless people in Los Angeles. This psycho-socialist is bragging about spending $16 million of your money to cater to 0.01% of the homeless problem.
$16 million.
You think these socialists have any interest in solving this? Of course.
I mean, you hear that? According to the math, these 64 houses would house like 0.01% of the homeless population. 0.1%, like that's wow.
It's not. Who's vetting who goes into these housing units? Are they drug testing? Are these just going to turn into $250,000 air-conditioned fentanyl tents?
That's exactly what's going to happen. They're just going to become drug dens for these people. They are literally just going to become drug dens for them, so they can have a place to do their drugs.
Why not just give them the money? I'll tell you why. Because these corrupt DSA politicians can't steal it.
Oh, now Spencer's about to start cooking and tell you really why these things cost so much money and they spent $16 million on it. Because all this money has to be funneled. It can't just be directly handed to the contractors, and all these NGOs charge consulting fees and processing fees, and like it's all a racket.
If they just give it as direct aid, just like the fire aid scam, they'll never give an individual direct financial assistance. It always has to be laundered through one of Austin Miller's or Nithya Raman's NPOs.
Preach it, boy, preach it.
Can do God knows what with it. It goes to these companies
that make these
$250,000 units.
That's
it's
right.
all a scam. And notice, this isn't just Angelinos that are being robbed. She's using state grants.
My team and I worked to get a grant from the state.
That's right. This money didn't just come from the people of LA. This money came from all over California. All California taxpayers paid into this racket.
Pay attention, folks. Socialists in Los Angeles are everybody's problem. Goblins like Eunice are gobbling up all your...
He put the Hungry Hippo reference in there. Oh my God, he whipped out the Hungry Hippo.
Tax dollars, and they're coming for more. This is how socialism starts. Vague platitudes that feel nice and soften the language so the real problems never get addressed. It's the velvet glove for the iron fist. These are just people experiencing homelessness.
People experiencing
homelessness. This dude's a rock star.
Why do they always talk like this? Why can't they just talk like a normal person? Because socialists always lie.
Damn right.
We need to
Damn
end this
right.
failed experiment
The Karen
and put a
Bass.
stop to this
What a
fraudulent
joke.
waste of our tax dollars. If you live anywhere in California, you need to support my campaign for mayor of Los Angeles, because this theft of your tax dollars will only continue. Go to mayorpratt.com and help me put an end to this scam.
$16 million.
Yes. Please, if you live in California, I wish I could move there just so I could vote for this guy. Like, LA needs this guy as a mayor. This guy is a rock star for the Republican Party, and we need his voice out there. We need him. We need him definitely in LA and hopefully other places in the future. But like I've said before, on every episode of the Potato News Network, on every broadcast, we will be including one of those Democrat superstars that we just can't help but highlight because of their just genius and brilliance. And we have to bring that to you guys. And our superstar this week, we knew she'd make an appearance soon. Last time it was Ilhan Omar, the moron imbecile that she is, talked about World War XI. But we got another superstar for you this week, and we knew she'd make an appearance soon. It's the Miss Wonderful AOC, and let's let her cook.
They have not. There's a certain level of wealth and accumulation that is unearned.
Tell us,
right?
girl.
You can't
And that girl disagrees with her.
$1 billion.
That's right.
You just
exactly
can't
what you're
earn
saying.
that.
Can't
That's
earn it.
exactly correct.
You can get market power. You can break rules. You can do all sorts of things. You can abuse labor laws.
Yep.
You can pay people less than what they're worth.
Yep.
But you can't earn that, right?
That's
And
right.
so you have to create a myth.
This woman just agrees
That-
with her.
Since you didn't
A myth.
earn that, you have to create a myth of earning it.
It's a myth. Hot as a habanero, dumb as a brick.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
You just don't do it, but she did. And he said it because I can't. But Miss AOC is our libtard superstar of this broadcast. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day, and I hope to see you on the next broadcast. But this is the Roasted Potato Network, and the Roasted Potato himself, signing off.